Conceive, believe, achieve.
This is former UFC middleweight champion of the world, Michael Bisping.
Paddy the Baddy here. You're listening to Combat Sports UK.
And you're watching Combat Sports UK.
What's happening, fight fans, and welcome to Combat Sports UK. Again, covering another interview here with a very, very talented fighter, guy coming up on the scene. Just fought PFL. From what I've heard, couldn't get a fight, but going to be fighting at BMF 6 in the main event, and against Harry Davies, which is going to be a fantastic fight. I'm very, very pleased to say I'm joined by Oscar Ownsworth. Thank you very much for joining me today, mate.
Yeah, cheers for having me on.
Yeah, not a problem. Like I said, fought at PFL Europe in what was probably the fight of the night back earlier on in the year, and I think you were struggling to get matched up for this week's card or next week's card, weren't you?
Yeah. It's this Saturday, isn't it, on the 8th? Yeah. So I was just getting ready for it just in case anyone pulled axe. The 8-man tournament already matched, so obviously I couldn't get on that. But if there are any pull-outs, I've made myself available, let them know that are available. But fortunately, but not unfortunately, like no one broke the leg or anything, so I can't get on it.
Yeah, well, hopefully, like I said, you get back on PFL because you put on a show there. But yeah, just looking forward to the fight at BMF 6. How are you feeling? Just 2 weeks, just under 2 weeks out from the fight now. How's the preparation been going? How's the camp been going?
Yeah, I'm knackered, to be honest, mate. Yeah, this week, I know it's only Tuesday. This week it's been like hard. So this has been my last hard week of training. I know what to expect now. Like, the last couple of weeks of fight camp are always difficult with the weight cut and everything. But yeah, other than that, everything's going smooth, peaking at the right time. Weight's perfect. So I've just gotta get everything done now. Last little finishing touches, and then I'm all set to go.
Yeah, like I said, how long have you known about this fight with Harry coming up? Because I know it was announced a few weeks ago, but have you known it's been in the pipeline for a while, or?
No, I think he got announced near enough straight away. So he had a fight on FCC. I forgot when it was. It was a couple of Saturdays ago.
Yeah.
I think it was, like 3 weeks ago or something. And I watched that fight live. Great show and everything. And I was buzzing. I was like, because I was cheering Harry on at the time. It was such a good comeback fight. And spoke to my coach a couple days later. I go, "Oh, did you see that fight on weekend?" And they were like, yeah, you're fighting him. So I thought you were about Danny Dixon, who lost. And I was like, "Oh, that Danny Dixon guy." And they were like, no, you're fighting Harry. And I was like, "Oh, sound." Yeah. So we just kind of took it from there. So I think Connor offered him the fight, the title fight. And then asked Danny if he wanted it for me as well, which worked out perfectly, obviously, because Connor knew already that I was going to be looking to fight on PFL the week before, so he didn't match me on that show because of that. So it worked out perfectly because it's just a week after now, isn't it? So I'm already getting ready for that, and then this is on just the icing on the cake that it's for BMF title as well. So. Yeah,
like I say, it should be between you two. It should be a hell of a scrap. Have you had to kind of change anything in your preparation to deal with Harry, because he's quite a scrappy guy, and he seems like he knows how to dig deep as well. But obviously, based on your last performance, so do you. So, has there been any sort of change in your approach to this last few weeks of training?
Yeah, I mean, this fight camp, I've not had an opponent, so it's just been me training and trying to get better at skills that I felt I lacked and what I want to get better at in the future. So it's been a great fight camp, to be honest. Not having an opponent, you have to kind of solely train towards that opponent, don't you? But having this, I've just worked on skills myself. Obviously, I've only had a few weeks to have a look through what Harry likes doing as a fighter and how his fighting style. But it's not really changed anything from how I've looked at how I fight and how I've been training over the past few weeks anyway. So no big changes. He's not a southpaw. He's not like a really strong wrestler or a really high level striker. He's a bit all rounded. Like you say, he digs deep. He's not shy of having a war. So he's I think he's a good opponent, to be honest. I remember seeing him saying in his post-fight interview that he's not really trained properly over the past few years. And I know he's had quite a few losses, but I watched his last fight on FCC, not the one against Danny, the one before. And he lost by DQ, but I think he was still winning that fight. So I think he's been on the rise for a little bit of time. So I'm not overlooking his record. I don't think you should ever do that. He's a solid game opponent, and he knows how to bang. So that's it. Yeah, I'm just doing what I do best, and I'm gonna blast him on night. So yeah.
Yeah, I think in that fight that he had with Danny, he was taking a lot of shots in the opening few minutes, and he just kind of waded through them. And is that something that you're going to put to the test again? Put that chin to the test and put that resolve to the test in the early round.
Well, everyone says he's a tough guy, so I want to find out how tough he is.
Like I said, I'm sure you would. Like I said, you've got that pressure, and you've got that forward momentum, and that cardio, and like I said, you can go hard rounds. So yeah, no, it should be a fantastic fight. Just want to kind of speak about the PFL with you when you were fighting at PFL. What was that experience like? Because it was a brilliant show up there. The first PFL card that I'd been to, the first one in the UK, or not in the UK, but the first PFL Europe, and it was a fantastic production. What was that like to be a part of?
It was amazing, really. Like the level of how they like look after the fighters, their approach to stuff. It was really nice to see that because I've not even been with a team or anything to any of the UFC events, so I've not cornered on anything like that before. So for me, this were like going to a big show. I fought on Cage Warriors before, but it was through lockdown, so I didn't really see any of that. We were in a hotel the whole time, you know what I mean? And obviously it's a bit bigger than Cage Warriors anyway. But like their level of like how they do stuff was like really incredible to see. Like, and it just felt it didn't feel like I didn't feel out of place when I was there. Like, because I've always wanted to fight on it anyway, and I felt like this was my moment. You know what I mean? So I didn't feel like out of place, and I really embraced it. Like it were a good few days we had down there. I think I went down on a Wednesday, so yeah, just got a feel of it, and just yeah, how they do everything, um, set everything up so it's all scheduled, and it was just so easy. You just turn up and just yeah, just do what you do. There's no messing about. We're having to like sort, like last minute stuff on shows, like regional shows. Obviously, they've got a lot to do, but PFL just sort of seems to be one step in front with everything. It were yeah, a really good experience. I can't wait to do it again.
Yeah, I can imagine. And what was it like to have people like Dan Hardy calling your fights? Like he's like up there with like my idols. So what was it like to have him calling your fights? Stefan Struve talking about your fights? Just these like the legends of the sport.
Yeah, oh man, it was great. So when I turned up originally, I didn't know Dan Hardy were like the matchmaker for PFL Europe. So when I turned up on first day, I'm making a coffee, and Dan Hardy stood next to me making a coffee. And I'm like, oh, this is the weird. Like, you know what I mean? I wanted to like ask him for like an autograph or a photo or something. Or like this guy like legends like stood next to me just chatting to me, making a coffee. But he's like so like he doesn't, you know what I mean? He just seems like a normal guy. I know that sounds weird, but he's just come across as just like a normal guy, you know. And he was just chatting to me like we were just in queue to get a coffee normally, like you know.
Yeah,
Yeah, it were amazing. Like yeah, and Stefan Struve as well. Obviously, I didn't even know he were going to be there. Like, and then when I watched Fight Back, I was like, is that Stefan Struve? I'm a massive guy, like commentating fighting. That was great. Yeah.
yeah, like I say, it was a fantastic experience. Even like being as part of the media there was unbelievable. Like such a level above all some of the shows that I've been to. But just going obviously back to BMF now, what's it going to be like fighting in front of your hometown again, and being on that friendly turf, and having all the guys behind you.
Yeah, I am excited to fight in Barnsley again because I think it was like last April. I fought like in Barnsley, so it's like 7 miles away from my house. Yeah, I do enjoy it. It's nice. It's nice to fight, and you know, all your friends and family can come, and to have that, like, yeah, it's really good. It's really good, and um it rarely happens as well where like you can have a big fight close to home. You've normally got to travel. Like obviously, even like in UK, like obviously the last like Newcastle fight before that, like Swindon, you know, traveling all over the place. So yeah, to be local again and fighting on like BMF. It's good. It's good. It's a good feeling.
Yeah, it's going to be a great show. Like the Metrodome's fantastic venue. Whenever Almighty are there, it's always great. And BMF's been on such a rise, and it's looking like it's going to be one of the biggest shows. If it's not already, looks like it's going to be one of the biggest regional shows. And I bet you must be buzzing to be fighting on BMF again.
Yeah, I am. I'm really excited. Like I've obviously I've known Connor for a while. And he's a really great guy. He does an amazing job with these shows, and I do think it will be best regional show in country. Like because of the way they do everything, just spot on. And like you said, Metrodome's a good venue. They look after the fighters really well. Everything runs really smooth. And it's always an exciting night. They make it for the fans. Like I know like a lot of shows they just put the fights together and that's it. But like BMF seem to make it exciting, for all fans and stuff. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, it'll be the first event I'll be attending a BMF live, so I'm buzzing for it as well. What are you kind of expecting from Harry as an opponent, especially in those early few minutes? Because I don't know whether it just looked like he maybe was a bit of a slow starter. He maybe needs to get hit a couple of times before he's like, all right, yeah, I'm in a scrap. But what are you kind of expecting from him?
Yeah, I don't. To be honest, I don't expect anything different from him from what I've seen previously. Yeah, I don't think he's a slow starter to say. I just think people come out at him strong. So he like, yeah, you know what I mean. He's like, he'll defend, he'll take a few shots, and then he just swings back. But yeah, that's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting the best version of him on the night. Let's just say that. So yeah, and it's a 5 rounder as well. So you might even see like fourth or a fifth round out of it. So yeah.
Yeah, well, like I said, I saw your last fight, which was 3 5 minutes, and that was an absolute war, and it could have gone longer. But are you excited to go 5 rounds?
If it takes me there, yeah. I've been ready for 5 rounds for a long time. Like I've done 3 5s, 3 or 4, I think about 4 times now. So and every time I finish, I feel, don't get me wrong, I feel knackered, but I always feel like I could do another 2 rounds if I had to. Not that I wanna, but like this one, I'm like, yeah, wherever it goes. I mean, if it makes it out the first, great. If it makes it 5 rounds, great. But either way, you're gonna see me win. So I just feel like there's nothing like he can do. He can't catch me with anything. I've been hit by some hard guys, some really heavy hitters. So unless I do something really stupid, like everyone's got a puncher's chance. But I just see me winning everywhere. I'll win him in the grappling. I'll win him in the striking. If I want to take him down, I'll take him down. Like that's it. I think I beat him everywhere it goes, and that's his best version. So we are bigging myself up. We are sounding like a bitter now. Like yeah, I just think I'm levels above this guy, and it's going to show on the night.
Yeah, it's good to see the confidence. Like I said, from watching your fights before, you seem like you've got a really well-rounded base. Is that something that you kind of pride yourself on, being able to kind of be comfortable anywhere the fight goes?
Yeah, 100%. But that's how we train at AVT. We train for it to go anywhere. We don't focus on specific areas and getting good in specific areas. We focus on getting little adjustments every single day. And yeah, every single day I've been feeling better. So, and this has been an amazing camp. So, again, you're gonna see the best version of me on the night. I feel like I just keep leveling up all the time. So, yeah.
Yeah, I love to see the guys at AVT do well, because I used to be able to stand at the top of my housing estate where I grew up and be able to see over to AVT near the Big Asda. And
Oh yeah.
yeah, I grew up in Morley, and it's like I used to be able to see that gym, so I love seeing it. All the guys who are coming out of there doing really well, and like I said, it's such a plethora of talent that comes out of there. And is that kind of a bit of a testament to how good the coaches and like Danny and that all are?
Yeah. There's that. Like there's obviously some great coaches like Danny, Jay, even like grappling coaches spot on. Robbie's a good coach as well. Everyone's like good level of coaching, but I think it's just like the environment as well. Like it's a fun environment, and everyone enjoys it, and everyone works really, really hard. Like you get guys that are at work, like working 9 to 5, but they'll come into the gym and they'll train for 3-4 hours. Everyone works their ass off in that gym, and it's good. You've kind of got to feels like you're almost not competing in a sense, but like you've all got to show up. And even when people have had fights, they turn up the week after just so they get the rounds in with the guys who've got fights next. It's like a proper family. Like we all want to see each other do well. Like yeah, and I think like I've been to a lot of gyms like in Yorkshire, but like AVT, it's got that slight spark to it where everyone's just as soon as they come into training, everyone has a good time. But when it's time to get to work, everyone's so focused. So I think that's why, because you get that good balance between having fun and keeping that focus, and everyone just I see people getting better each week. It's really good. It's really good.
Yeah, fantastic, Jim. Just moving on to obviously your record. I think it's been well over 2 years now since you've last tasted defeat. What do you kind of attribute that to? Because looking back, I think it was like April 2021. You've been on this monster winning, well, not winning streak because you had that draw, but this unbeaten streak.
Yeah, we're end of like sort of 2020, weren't it?
Yeah.
Like when I fought on Cage Warriors, I took that one on like 5 days' notice because the lockdown and the fight. So like looking back, I shouldn't have done it. But to be fair, that loss, it did give me a kick up ass to sort of like not that I didn't work hard enough as it is, but to level up my game, and that's just what I continue to do. So yeah, I think that's it. And I was every time I'm in like fight camp, I always look back to that loss, and I'm like, I don't ever want that feeling again. Because like that's the only time that I've nearly stopped training MMA and like competing MMA. And I'm not actually said that to a lot of people because I think I used to think it made me sound weak, like wanting to quit, but I like it's has been a big it was a big thing for me, like taking that loss. But yeah, to come back from that, and like yeah, I don't ever want that feeling again. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep working every single day, and that's why I grind so hard and push and sacrifice what I do. So yeah,
Yeah, do you think that kind of made you refocus and it was like, look, this is maybe where I've gone wrong in the past and I'm not going to let that happen ever again and I'm going to and did you kind of envisage you going on this kind of streak now and putting on so many fantastic performances and growing so much as a fighter?
no, like obviously I never said I wouldn't, but I just looked at the next fight. And I just kept looking, like I'm doing now. I'm just looking at the next fight. I know where I want to be in the future. I can see where I want to be, but I'm just looking at this next fight, and it's like stepping stones. If you're looking in front of you, and just take the next step rather than trying to like look too far in front. I'm just every single opponent I take him seriously. Like everyone causes a threat to me and causes that chance of that loss again and that back step that I don't want to take. So like that's my focus, like almost like laser light focus to do it and just keep pressing forward and yeah. And then one day I know I'm gonna get there. I just need to keep taking that next step,
Yeah,
along my journey.
yeah, definitely. Just for the people who haven't necessarily seen your fight or the people that haven't bought pay-per-view, bought tickets yet for BMF, could you just kind of say what they should expect from you and why they should tune in to see your fight on the 15th?
Yeah, so if you like watching finishes, you like watching big fights. I'm only either in first round finishes or I go the distance, and it's gonna be like it's potential fight of the night every single time. So either way, it's an exciting fight. I don't do boring fights. So if you like watching MMA and like watching MMA fighting, yeah, watch my fights because they go everywhere. They're just big scraps.
I can vouch for that. And what should you obviously come out victorious, no injuries, no problems. When are you looking at fighting again? Are you looking at getting a couple more in before the end of the year, or maybe getting on another PFL card?
Yeah, I'll take whatever comes up. We'll see what happens. I know Danny's already spoke to Dan Hardy about PFL in Paris, So that's an option. I know that Octagon show's coming up. There's Cage Warriors, but I mean, these are all like big shows. I don't have a problem with like defending one of my titles if that's the opportunity. For me, it's experience in the cage. That's what I want. Yeah, another 2 fights would be perfect. Probably September, December sort of time. So yeah.
Yeah, I'll look forward to seeing him. And then obviously, just before I let you go, I kind of want to ask everyone this question. 5 years time, you're on Combat Sports UK again. We're interviewing you. Under what circumstances would you like to, or do you think we're going to be interviewing you under? Which promotion you're going to be with, and where do you see yourself?
PFL World Champion.
Million quid.
Yep,
Yeah.
100%.
Well, I'm buzzing to see you fight, Oscar. I can't wait, and I'm so glad I'm going to be there because hopefully we get another fight like your last one that I was at. But no, I just want to say thank you so much for coming on again, mate. It's been a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you, man. Nice one.
Not a problem. Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Bye bye. Bye.